Hey everyone, welcome to another video by Do Work Exotics. So this week we have more parts to install on the Ferrari. I'm going to show you guys my favorite Ferrari part ordering site. It's awesome that it's available because I can get any parts I need really for this car. They ship them right to my house and boom, I can install them myself. It's really nice that it's available, especially for a car like this that's 20 years old. Secondly, I want to say thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. It's pretty awesome. You know, I'm really enjoying making these videos, documenting this car, kind of showing our little things we do to it, maintenance of it, just ownership experience of it, and then on just top of other car adventures. I promise you that this summer it's going to get really fun and really interesting. I'm waiting for the snow to fully melt and for the salt to get off the roads. That said, it's a beautiful day here, so I want to show you my Audi A4 mods. I've had a lot of questions about the Audi, so let's go over them. Okay, so if you are familiar with this channel, you are aware that I own a 2006 Audi A4, and what are you doing? Okay everyone, so I have received a couple questions about my Audi A4. So, to begin, oh my gosh, are you kidding me, dude? Okay everyone, so this is my 2006 Audi A4. It is the one with the 2-liter turbo. This is also known as the Model B7. So I'm gonna go over most of the mods I've done with this car. It's currently in winter mode. The Thule roof rack is off at the time, but just gonna go over some mods and why I think this is one of the best cars you can buy on the market as a daily driver. So my reason why I'm saying this is they're honestly really reliable, get fantastic gas mileage, so great for daily driving, can be comfortable, and on top of that, you can pick these up for like $8,000 with 60 to 70,000 miles. I personally think that is an incredible value for the car. And like I said, they're really reliable. I mean, I've had not many major issues with it, and I actually pushed this car pretty hard. It is tuned, so let's get into all the mods I've done. So, first of all, when I bought it, it was your basic base Audi A4. The base one comes with a gray grille. Down here, these are red, if you've seen my one video where I plasti dipped them. And it just came with your base silver wheels. So the silver wheel polishing, the finish was coming off. So the first thing I did was powder coated these. I powder coated them for around $100 a wheel. Wasn't bad at all, and they looked a lot better. I wanted that black and red theme to continue not only with the RS4 grille I put on, but with the wheels. So I wanted to get that black and red theme going. I think the RS4 grille looks a lot better and it's just much more aggressive than the standard grille. Also, I got rid of that ugly front license plate holder thing. It looks really nice, looks a lot better than the stock gray grille. Secondly, moving on to the wheels. Like I said, I powder coated them black. I wanted to get that black and red theme going, so this matches very, very nicely. So for me, a big problem with the Audi A4 and almost every car out there is the exhaust system. Does it sound good? Well, it didn't. It sounded all right, but it needed an exhaust. So this is a full catback stasis exhaust, really nice system, and sounds really nice. I picked up this exhaust for under $1,000. You know, they were really cheap back in the day. Sadly, Stasis is not in business anymore. I think this was just kind of like a rebranded exhaust. Not entirely sure, but I'll do a full exhaust video clip for you guys here sooner or later. Okay, so now at this point with this car, I had the exhaust, I had the nice wheels, and I wanted to get some summer wheels. So I bought some OZ racing wheels. I'll have to show you guys them when I put them on in the summer. They're 18 inches. So when you put 18-inch wheels on a car, it originally comes with 17 inches. Usually the ride height suffers. It kind of goes up a little bit. And I was on the Audi Zine forums, and it was looking like a truck compared to some of the other guys. So what I did immediately was installed lowering springs onto the car. Well, there's a problem with lowering springs. When you put lowering springs onto your stock dampeners, it puts extra stress on those dampeners. And when the extra stress, you know, combined with the weight of the vehicle, they start to break down and rupture. So I had suspension leaks coming out of the dampeners. They were leaking all over the place. It just was not a good situation. The car started to ride rough. So I said, listen, we can't do this anymore. Let's take out all that hardware and put in some factory coil, some good coilovers. So I went with some Bilsteins They really lowered the ride height dramatically. It looks so much more cleaner though. Seeing this car from far away, just kind of sitting down, it looks so nice. The ride is incredible. It doesn't rub at all, and on top of that, it handles. The dramatic improvement in handling is incredible. This car has virtually no body roll at all, and it's really incredible to take on some corners. You know, this is back when I was really trying to make this a summer sporty car, and honest to God, you can really dial in this car well. It doesn't weigh too much. The weight's kind of all over the place. You know, motor's kind of ahead of the front axle over here, so it's not like the most balanced car, but from a standpoint that you could get this car for $10,000 and put a couple $1,000s worth of mods into it, you can really make them capable. So at that point, I had the exhaust sounding good, it looked good, but it didn't really have much more power. So I was like, let's add power onto it. So the first main performance mod I did with this car was I got a Revo Stage 1 tune. I suggest everyone, if you have a 2-liter turbo Audi A4 or any Audi with this 2-liter turbo in it, please immediately go get a tune. It wakes up this motor so dramatically that I still actually cannot believe how big of a difference it is. You gain almost 100 pounds-feet of torque, and you gain about 60 horsepower. It is really that dramatic. You can feel every pound-feet of torque. I mean, the torque to me is just what's the most impressive part of it. So I got a Revo Stage 1 tune, and on top of that, I also got the SPS Tuner. Let me go over that for you. Okay, so this is the Revo SPS Tuner. This is an excellent piece of machinery here that I love to use. What you can do is you plug this into the OBD port, and it can immediately flash your car onto a Stage 1, it can put it back to stock files, and you can also customize the tune. Okay, so this is what the Revo SPS Tuner looks like. It's just this little handheld thing, OBD port. And what you can do is you have these different settings, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all your different map settings. I'm currently on 2, and 2 is Performance A. So what you do is you plug this into your computer, and you can actually dial in your tune by turning up your boost. The biggest thing is turning up the timing, and you're just monitoring your fuel. So it's really interesting how you can mess with the timing and boost. I really liked how I could do that. Sometimes I would turn the timing down and feel the difference, and wow, lowering the timing really makes a difference. So with a little bit higher timing in there, good boost, and giving it some nice 93 octane, this car can really wake up with these SPS tuners and with Revo. There's APR, all the tunes are fairly similar. I've heard good reviews on all of them. I've also heard guys getting like over 100-some thousand miles on these cars that have been tuned and they've had no issues. And I've been tuned for about 30-ish thousand miles, and I've had no problems with it. There's actually been no issues at all. Going through the settings, there's a bunch of other different ones. All the performance maps, A, B, C, anti-theft, and then firmware upgrades. So it's pretty neat what you can do. I just like having this. It's fun going back to stock sometimes. I know that sounds odd, but I do go back to stock, I don't know, maybe once a year, maybe for like a couple months just to do it, maybe in the winter time when I'm not really needing 300 pounds of torque in the ice and the snow. And then when you put it back to the stock form, to the Stage 1 form, it is an incredible, incredible performance gain. Okay, so I got the car tuned, and man, it really woke up this car. The exhaust sounded even better, but there was another sound I was missing, the intake. Let's be honest, if we have a turbocharged car, I want it to sound like a turbocharged car. I still don't understand why manufacturers are making turbocharged cars with not even a little bit of spool. The spool's fun. I mean, it's very exciting. It's lively. When you're daily driving this car, I might use 5 pounds of boost or something, so it's not like that this thing, is annoying, but when you get on the boost, it sounds so amazing. So what I did is I got a AEM cold air intake. This is your typical big cone filter. Let's see if you can see it through here. It's kind of difficult. Yeah, you probably cannot. But there's a cone filter down in there. What I like about the AEM kit is that it's still kept with my factory ram air type system. So this is this ram air thing that goes all the way to the intake, and this is the holes, the inlet holes. So the air still comes in here, through here, and then vents to the cold air. So it still is semi-cold air. It has a nice big heat shield that actually does work. I've driven the car, because the turbo's right there. I've driven the car quite hard, and then I'll get my hand in the engine bay, and I'll feel back in here behind this heat exchanger, or behind this this heat protection plate, and it really keeps the heat out of the air box and out of the air intake, which I was very happy and impressed with. That was my biggest thing with this car, is that if I was getting an intake, I wanted it to really protect from heat soak. So I got this car all dialed in. It sounded great. The exhaust sounded good. Intake sounded amazing. Tuned it, everything was great for about 30,000 miles, and then I blew my coil packs. This is just a common problem with this Audi A4, nothing to truly be worried about. But the coil packs do go sooner or later. They were the original coil packs, and this car had, when they blew, I think the car had 55,000 miles on it, maybe 56. So that's pretty dang good. I'm actually kind of embarrassed that those weren't changed out earlier. So I went with these R8 style, they call them, coil packs. Are the red-headed ones. They're supposed to be a little bit more reliable, and they can handle the extra boost that you're throwing at the car. So far so good. They've been great. The car's been running great on this tune, and I've just been really impressed with everything. Okay everyone, so that's my little quick overview of my Audi A4. If you have any questions about it, definitely let me know. I'm being honest, this is one of the best platforms you can get for sub $10,000. They're a great daily driver. This thing hauls through the snow, even at its lower stance on the coilovers. Hauls great. I've never been stranded or stuck in it. It's reliable, gets good gas mileage. It's a lot of fun. With 300 pounds of torque, it moves. A lot of my friends have noticed, like, wow, this is, when you get in it, you're like, it's a little four-cylinder. But it actually has some oomph to it, and it really moves. So it's pretty impressive for what it is. Like I said, get these cars for under $10,000. Not many better other options out there if you want to stick to reliability and just a car you can fully drive every day. So I love this thing. I plan on driving up to 200,000 miles, honestly. I just really enjoy it. So I got a couple videos coming out this week. Feel free to subscribe if you're new, and I will see you this week. We got to take off the wheels of the Ferrari, oh boy, and do some other fun things. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.